Hi, everybody. So come on a journey with me and picture this. There's a little girl. She's sitting under the African sky. She's got a journal in her hands and she's got a head full of dreams. She's writing down one dream and she writes, I want to use my voice and my words to create impact and influence in the world when I grow up. That little girl was me. And the journey to this point has not been linear. It has, in fact, been full of inflection points, points where I have stood and asked myself, who am I really? Where do I belong? And how do I remain true to the dream of that little girl? In the business of brand consulting, we use strategic frameworks. And these frameworks really help us understand more about the truth of the product. What is the personality? What's the promise? What is this whole heart and soul of the brand about? And all this information helps us define what will be the vision and the ambition for the future of the brand. In fact, these frameworks are, I would say, a masterclass in auditing and editing. Now, all of you go to see films, and the secret to a good film is actually not just a great script or great locations or that amazing actor that they've been able to sign on, but actually, it's the strategic decisions that are taken in the editing suite. Because a sharp edit gives you a gripping film, and a loose edit gives you a muddled story. Today, I'm going to use my story, that is, take use case with Unakra, to demonstrate to you the efficacy and the power of transformation when you apply these frameworks on your own life. So, every brand, whether it's a corporate brand or whether it's a personal brand, every brand has a legacy. Legacy is the heritage, the conditioning, it's what you're born into, it's what you're born with. In my case, the legacy reads almost like the trending microdrama series. I was raised as a global citizen, and my father was in the United Nations. And so I traveled with him extensively, all the way from Honolulu to Tokyo, multiple times over. And this gave me a unique advantage. I was able to really absorb and experience different cultures, different languages, different people, markets, brands, media at a very young age. And I was really able to define one sharp insight that people need to adapt according to the current context in which they find themselves in order to remain relevant. While I was growing up in Africa, I understood the power of community because community is when people come together and they're bounded by a philosophy. And brands that tap into that, they build cult brands. I also understood the importance of culture. When you respect culture, you actually end up creating a narrative. And then, of course, the most important takeaway from me, whenever you visit a place, always, always, always go to the local market because that's where you understand how the people are engaging with the brand at a very granular level. So, bringing the story back to me, here I was, the youngest daughter of four daughters born to very old parents. And if any of you have been in a similar situation, you will understand that this creates a gap of age, gender, expectation. Brown, I'm not a boy, I'm a girl, and I'm the youngest. So when you have to earn your seat at the table, it gives birth to some very important things. And in my case, it gave birth to two strong attributes of my personality: emotional intelligence and a very stubborn resilience. Now, when you look at any legacy and you dig deep, there is debt embedded in it. And that debt, thank God, is not financial mostly, it's mostly emotional. It's the patterns that we become loyal to, which protect us, But if we don't let go of them in time, they can also hold us back from future growth. In my case, those patterns look like this, and I'm sure they will resonate with a lot of you. I was over accommodating. I was always choosing silence over conflict. Because if I agreed with you, you will accept me. I was looking for external validation, to be told, hey, you're good enough. And that terrible imposter syndrome. What if they decide that I'm not good enough? All of this is debt. But when you strip away the negativity of debt, what lies underneath in the person is solid, pure gold because it's you. It's your core DNA. And I discovered that my core DNA was actually empathy, resilience, very high emotional intelligence, and above all else, a quest to belong, a quest to connect and form deep connections. So, in this journey of transformation, when you've done the audit, you've identified the debt, that's when the magic begins. Because now you can use all of this to create your greatest strategic assets. What did I do? That oversensitivity that I had, I channeled it into becoming a leader with empathy. That gender gap that I felt and I experienced, it nudged me to find mentors and allies in the workplace. And eventually, I became a mentor at the WPP Super Council of Mentors called Stella for young women in the organizations. That entire quest to belong, it actually gave birth to my superpower, which was forming the deepest connections with my clients, businesses, and brands. And I went on to become a trusted advisor on some of the biggest brands in the world. So I can definitely tell you this, that transformation is not a destination. It's a journey. And brands that do not audit themselves, they lose relevance. But more importantly, people who don't audit themselves, they lose themselves. Because in this world that is really fastly changing, only those will thrive who are able to look at themselves and ask, what should I keep? What's inside me that's worth keeping? What is it that is limiting my growth so I can lose it? And what is it that is so good in me that it's going to help build that future 2.0 version of myself? So, whether it's from moving from legacy to identity to belonging, that process of transformation actually allows you to evolve without losing your soul. And if there's one thing I can tell you, it's definitely this, that the most powerful brand that you will get to work on in your life is not that in the client's office, it's not that in your college campus, it's actually you. Thank you.